let's do pocket technique number 5. Here's a picture of a church I took the other day, and I used a polarizing filter on this as a warming polarizing filter. So you really see the deep blue sky in this. So, and you know what? I thought it created a really nifty effect. And I think it can take us one step further. So let's follow along with me as I do this. I'm going to make a duplicate copy of the background, Control J, and I'm going to switch the blending mode from normal to multiply. Then I'm going to duplicate this layer, Control J once more, and now I'm going to merge these two layers together by holding down Control E. Okay, next thing I need to do is go up into my filter, render, and we're going to use a lighting effect here. And the lighting effect that I chose for this particular image was the Omni, and these are my settings right here. And of course, depending on what image you're using and what you're trying to accentuate, I'm trying to accentuate the sky here with the steeple. Your settings may be different. And I'll click OK. So here it added that glow right up in here behind the steeple. The next thing I want to do is look at the natural layout of the image now. I'm seeing that the highlights are still shining through off these trees, and you know what? I need to accentuate those. I'm really just going to enhance this picture. So the next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to create a mask, a layer mask for this. Because what the layer mask will do is allow part of the background layer beneath it to show up through this layer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I chose a real soft brush, and with my background color to black, I'm going to start to paint in some of the layer below it, which is a lot brighter. And what I'm trying to do is just accentuate some of these highlights that are on the trees, and that's the way we'll do that right here. Okay, next thing I need to do is I'm looking at the foreground much too dark, so what I'm going to do is increase my brush size, and I'm just going to make a one pass over here, just like that. Now as we get closer to the lens in the foreground, it should be a little bit brighter in my opinion. So now I'm going to reduce the size of my brush, and now I'm just going to paint in just a little bit more brightness right in here. And right in the center, really make it the brightest right here. Okay. Alright. Now the next thing I'm looking at is the tombstones themselves. They could be accentuated too, and we'll do the same thing with those. I'm going to accentuate the highlights on those too. So I'm just going to bring in some of the natural highlights in here, paint them back in here. And that's looking good. And it's very important to get this one. This one is really dramatic right here. I think that one really just says it all right. Yeah, it's a lot of thought to the image itself. Okay, so let's look at what we did without the mask. So without the mask, this is what our image looked like, and this is with the mask. And if I needed to, I could still I could increase my opacity just slightly and really do some detail work on some of these trees. Possibly you could continue, really accentuate some of the highlights. I'm not changing anything. I'm just enhancing the picture. Everything is natural in the picture itself. I'm just accentuating it. I'm looking at the picture, and I'm seeing the way I'd like it to be, using all the elements that are already there. I'm just changing it a little bit. Okay, so this was our before, and that's our after, and that's it for Pocket Technique number 5.